Today we're going to attempt to hike at Neversink Mountain in Berks County. We've tried it before, but it's always crowded. It's a little crowded today too, but we're going to give it a whirl. Never been here before. Seen it in other videos. Looks like it's pretty cool. Today is Thursday, 17th, 18th, something like that. Looks like there's an old dam, 19th, something. Kind of neat. Not sure how well the camera's picking that up. Very big boulders. It's not a huge dam, size-wise. Still kind of cool to come across. So anyway, as I was saying, today is Thursday, October 19th, and it's a cool day. It is, I have shorts and a t-shirt on. Probably could get away with a sweatshirt. Some fall color going on, so it's just a great day for a hike. Looks like we're coming up to a bit of a trail junction. We're on the purple trail. Looks like we're coming up to an orange blaze as well. Wow, these cliffs are really cool. Another little bridge there crossing the creek. So I guess orange trail goes off to the left. We stay straight, we'll continue on the purple. So I guess we'll just continue on the purple for now. That's a mountain laurel. It's really pretty back here. Looks like a bit of a trail off to the left there too. Camera's not picking it up, but there's a bit of a ledge. Looks like that might be a trail. More cliffs. Coming up to another bridge. I'm assuming these bridges are all crossing the same creek. It just seems to zigzag through here. Starting to climb a little. It's very rocky. Make sure if you come here you wear proper footwear. Another trail junction. This one actually has a name. It's called the Cove Trail. And it also says during hunting season, hunters wear orange. So should you. It is hunting season. We are not wearing orange. I don't think I own anything in orange, to be quite honest with you. But I came back here because it looks like there's the remains of another dam. I think. I don't know if we're going to be able to see it from this direction. You can see what was once probably the reservoir behind the dam. Back here. And then you can kind of see the line of the stones up there. Kind of. I'll get a better shot from the other direction. Not sure why all these dams are here. I don't know a lot about this place. I know there used to be a resort up on the top of the mountain, but I don't know if there were quarries back here. I don't know if there was, I think there was some kind of a railroad at some point. Let's go back because I want to get a shot of the dam from the front. Oh gosh, just got a bug in my mouth. I can zoom in a little bit. See the remnants of the dam. A bit more over here. I mean, obviously it's quite buried in all of the leaves from probably the last 100 years. That's kind of neat. I'm going to have to do some research and see if I can find out more about this area. So we came back out from the Cove Trail, made a left. This is now called the Upper Glen Trail. Here's an information board, see if we can get some information and background. Yeah, the Centennial Springs Hotel was up here. Centennial Springs Hotel. Tuberculosis Sanatorium, I guess after the hotel closed. And then Dangler's Glen Hotel. So that's what the Dangler's Glen Hotel looked like. Sanatorium. Centennial Springs Hotel. So clearly quite a bit of history up here. The Centennial Springs Hotel was built in 1876, so it goes back quite a ways. I like how they have these little boardwalks. It is quite wet. You can see quite a bit of water here. Guessing it's all flowing down to that creek. I mean, we have had a lot of rain recently, but not enough to create all this standing water, so I don't know if there's underground springs here. I don't see any more of those cliffs around. It seems to have opened up a little here. I mean, it's still hilly, but I don't see any more of those big rock formations. Yeah, there's a little stream coming down the hillside. Not too much water coming through it. It's probably goes all the way up there. It's probably much more wet in the spring and in wetter years. Lots of fall color happening. I don't know if these trails are loops. So I guess we'll just hike until we can't hike anymore. Start to head back. Well, we've definitely taken a turn up the hill mountain. Definitely gaining some elevation. This part of the trail is definitely a calorie burner. I do see a tree just up ahead with a double orange blaze mark. I believe that orange Cove Trail, and it is a loop. So again, we don't have a map. Didn't really take a picture of it either, so we're either gonna take the orange loop back or just hike till we can't hike anymore and turn around. So, see a trail over there too. Red Blaze, which I guess is where Jack's Trail comes out. That's also a loop we passed earlier. So both the purple and orange go left. We're going to continue to go left. Let's flatten out a bit. Maybe we can catch our breath. Oh, I see some pretty water, I think. Oh no. I see a big, well, it is water, just not pretty water. Not sure what this was. Clearly some kind of reservoir. Interesting. You can see that it was originally made out of stone and concreted over. Alright, we're going to continue on. Actually, this must have been a dam at one point because we are clearly walking on a raised area, which over here is the concrete wall, and then it drops off quite steeply down, and I see some stones there. Might have been part of another dam. I don't know how well the camera's picking that up, but I'm surprised that this is even still holding water. You can see that it's been eroded out down there. I'm guessing at one point there must have been railings. I mean, I'm guessing down there is where the overflow would have flowed out. But it looks like we're going to start going up again and to the left. Looks like we're kind of zigzagging up this hill. Another purple blaze and orange blaze. I guess the name of this is just called the Concrete Pond. I'm sure that's not what it used to be called, but still kind of neat to come across in the middle of the woods. One of the things I love about hiking is you never know what you're going to find. All right, we'll catch up with you when there's maybe something more interesting. So at some point this does come out onto a road. So that was called Ganser Lane. If you just follow the orange trail. Ganser. So we are doing a little bit of a road walk at the moment. Going down, does a little bit of an S-curve. Not sure where we're going back into the woods. It is well marked at least. Here is another marker. Looks like the orange continues down the road. The purple goes off that way, stays kind of within the preserve. More, not sure how well the camera's going to pick them up, but definitely some cliffs in here. There's a bit of a trail going up to them. I wonder if people rock climb in here. Let's go take a look real quick. There's definitely not anybody rock climbing today. I do see some graffiti, which is a shame. Kind of high, I'm not sure. 30, 40 feet maybe. But we are going to head back out to the road for now. Continue on the orange trail. We just came out of the road there where the stone cliffs were, and we come down around this S-curve and the trail picks up again right here. So not too far of a road walk. This road really does do a twist down the mountain. Kind of reminds me of Gold Mine Road up in Stony Valley. I don't know if that's in Berks County or in Lebanon County, but it kind of snakes around. I think it's Stony Mountain, if you've ever been there. So we're just continuing now down the orange trail. I'm guessing, for the most part, we're going to be pretty much just continuing downhill for now. That's a pretty big tree. This backside of the loop just continues on much as the same, so I haven't really been filming much. The only thing of note we really came across was that view of the pagoda. I'm not even sure if I got it clearly yet or not. Obviously I won't know that until I get home and look at the video and the pictures. But that's why I haven't really been showing much back here. Excuse me, it's just really just a old rocky trail going downhill. There was parking on the backside. I don't know what road that was though, so again, when I get home I'll look it up, put it in here so that anybody else who wants to come and do this hike, maybe you don't want to park down at the bottom, just want to hike up on this backside. I don't know how much parking there is. I did not see any cars down there. It looks like it's really just almost like old disused road. There is a water tank back here, so maybe that was created when they were building that water tank. Might be nicer to park up here though, because although this is the first time doing this trail, we have tried before, but it's always crowded. And it was a little bit crowded today, so it might be nicer to find a parking lot on the backside where nobody else is. do see lots of old roads and things back here, though. Lots of old tracks. Looks like we're coming up on one right now. Down there. Looks like it comes from the bottom of the mountain and continues up to the top. I do see, actually, let me get up here to the junction. I'm not going to be able to see it on camera, but I actually do see a trail sign down there, a smaller one. Although it looks to me like that trail blaze on that tree. I don't know. I do see a couple of them. So a trail must go down that way. Just not sure which one. Oh, it's called the Highland Trail, and then it goes up. Lots of trails back here. It's kind of neat. But again, it looks like it was an old road at one time. Coming up to some more ruins on the left. Doesn't look to be too old. I mean, it's concrete. I do see some stone in there. But for the most part, it looks mostly concrete. I'm not sure what this was. Not sure. I mean, there is a bit of a foundation down here. You can see. I don't know if I'm all the way zoomed in. Whoops.
There used to be a
right here is a foundation, and then there's another one right there, and then up top there, I don't know, it just looks like bays. So that's kind of interesting. My husband said there did used to be an old quarry back here, so, which makes sense. I'll show you what's in here instead of my husband's back. You can see this part down here looks newer. This part up here looks older because it's more stone covered in concrete. Yeah, I'm guessing this is the old quarry. Kind of has that feeling. It's more open. There are lots of, not sure, what do they call them? Pioneer trees that grow in disturbed sites. Like, pretty sure those are either Virginia pines or pitch pines. They typically grow, like I said, in disturbed sites. Pretty back here though. Quiet. Won't be going up that hill today. Or that one. I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but there was a very steep track up there behind that rock. Feels like the kind of place you could get lost in for days. There's so many crisscrossing tracks and trails. In nature's carpet. Shout out to JP Videos if anybody watches him. I'm pretty sure we came from down there. And here's another track. comes up this way. I'm sure in the winter you would get a really great view across the other set of mountains, or what we call mountains in Pennsylvania, and I can see the city of Reading, but the camera's not going to pick it up through the foliage. But in winter, I'm guessing that would be an awesome view. The whole time we've been hiking here, we can hear traffic from Reading. You might be able to see some buildings over there. Maybe? Not sure. You can definitely probably see the darker line at the top of the camera right now. That's the other mountain range. More tracks. Pretty fall color too. I just came out from that old quarry and are just hiking back down the Cove Trail. Man, it is really, really pretty in here. The trees in my neck of the woods are not showing anywhere near the color that I'm seeing in here. Quite a big drop off here. I guess you could slide down that track if you want. Another trail, Blue Mark, goes up the hill. What's this one called again? Oh, the West something trail. The West Woodland Trail. It looks like it cuts the Cove Trail in half, although I don't remember passing a blue trail from the top of the orange trail, so I'm not 100% sure about that. So we are still going for what seems like forever on the same trail. I guess we're about maybe 10-15 minutes out from that quarry. As you can hear, probably hear, we've gotten closer to the city of Reading, because we're kind of on the other side of the mountain now. Still headed downhill slightly, although I'm told we have to go back up and over to get to the car. Maybe. Which doesn't really make sense to me since we parked at the bottom, but never been on this trail, so I don't know how it loops in and out and around. Bit of a view to the right, but again, probably better in winter. And I can definitely tell we are lower elevation than from where the last view was. So just wanted to give you a quick update again. I will pick you back up if there is anything of note on the trail. Stay tuned. We're just coming up to a power line crossing here, so I turned it back on because I'm wondering if we could see a view. Oh, we can, kinda. I mean, it's interrupted by the power lines, but I'm pretty sure that's the Schuylkill River down there. See if I can zoom you in. I don't know what it's going to zoom in or what it's going to focus on, but that right there is the Schuylkill River. Let's see if we walk farther over here, get any more views. Kind of. I mean, not the prettiest view, but you can definitely see out towards some distant mountain, and I'm not honestly sure what direction we are looking in right now. I'm guessing northwest, so maybe that's the Blue Mountain. That is just a rough guesstimate, to be quite honest with you. Part of the trail has a little bit of a different feel to it with these pitch pines, and I think this is huckleberry. It kind of feels like we're out, well, it could be because we're at elevation too, because you don't see huckleberry and pitch pine growing further down valleys towards Philadelphia, although it could also be because this again is disturbed, probably when they put the power lines through here. But still, it's kind of a pretty section. Oh, good Lord, is that where we're going? Kind of looks like it. Ay, caramba. So that's where we came from. You can see the power line in the background. We stopped because there's a split in the trail here. I thought we were going to have to go up, which is really up, but we're going to check out this area. There's no markings and there's no indicator. There's no trail indicator to suggest which direction we're supposed to go. So we're going to go on the flatter part first in the hopes, and maybe this is how we're supposed to go, because otherwise we're climbing up there. So I'll get back with you. Like I said, I don't see any markings on any of these trees. Okay, so we went back. We're going forward. Again, no indicators as to what this break in the trail is. I mean, on these trees in here, which are kind of off the trail, I do see an orange blaze. There's an orange blaze in there, but it's not indicating a change in direction. So I just took a picture of the map that my husband has on his phone. The blue trail does go off and up from the orange at one point, so we're going to assume that's where we are, and then the blue trail goes up, but we have to stay here. Still on the orange trail. Blazes that I'm seeing on the trees. So I am going to turn you off for now till we figure out what's going on, and we'll check back in with you when we figure out where we are. We're headed back to that split where we thought the blue and the orange went off in different directions, because we've been walking for about 5 minutes and haven't seen any kind of indication that this is a trail that actually stays in Neversink. And given how well marked the trails have been up to this point, I can't believe that they would send you off in this direction without any markings or indication. So we're going to go back to the junction and see what happens there. So far, this has been the only tribulation that we've come across. Hopefully we don't come across any more, but stay tuned. So we came back to the junction, and it turns out we had to go all the way up this hill just to find the trail marker, which makes no sense whatsoever because there's no way you were going to see that from down there. So looks like we're going up this crazy hill anyway. Fun times. Yeah, not exactly sure what kind of eagle eyes you need to see that trailblaze from the trail junction all the way down there. But comments on a postcard if you think I'm being ridiculous. And I'm going to turn you off here because it's not easy walking on these little, very loose stones on this narrow, steep track. Well, no idea what happened to this part of the trail that was supposed to split orange from blue. Never really came across that, at least not yet, but you can see we've definitely gained in elevation. We made it to the top of this power line cut. Walked along the top for a little bit, which was kind of flat, which was nice, gave us a little bit of a breather. Now we're just going down through this. Not sure what it is. But the views up here are pretty incredible. Oh look, there's an orange blaze on a stone. Very helpful. Well, see if I can zoom in on that. There's a trestle going over the Schuylkill River. Kind of cool. So I'm guessing the blue and the orange trail kind of run together now because maybe they've made a change and it just never marked it on the map. I don't know. So I'm going to turn you off again to go up this hill, and we'll catch you back up in a minute or 10. So we finally reached the split in the trail where the blue continues on up that way and continues on up the mountain. The orange is now continuing back down the mountain. It just would have been nice to know that earlier. I mean, we could have been here by now, but again, that's why this channel is called Trails and Tribulations. Sometimes you get out into the woods and that kind of thing can happen. Just keep your wits about you. You should figure it out. We're not terribly far from civilization here. This is probably one of the better overlooks because you can actually see down to the river. It's a lot closer now than it was. Really pretty. And I'm guessing that we have to be coming close to the end by now. I haven't filmed much because it was just walking through a lot of Japanese knotweed, to be quite honest with you, back there where we came from. And it was very dark and all that. It's very pretty here now though. More of a natural type forest than walking through all that Japanese. It's just very, very dark in there, so I didn't want to film. Sun's coming out again. It was a little bit cloudy for a while there too. It's just really pretty scenery in here. Coming off to more of these cliffs. gonna kill myself. Oh, I just noticed these two big, you know what, I think there used to be like a funicular here. I think maybe that's what those two big concrete blocks are with the big metal on top. Or maybe it was just a power line. But I don't know, do I vaguely remember hearing something about a funicular up here? I don't remember, but anyway, the woman we just met on the trail said that there really is an overlook coming just up here. Anyway, so I said we must be coming close to the end because we are coming across these big stone faces again, which is what it was like when we first started. At least I hope so, because my ankles are really hurting. This has been a really nice trail. It's long, very steep in spots, very rocky. So if you're going to hike this trail, just be aware of that. You really should have proper footwear. I do have hiking shoes on, but hiking boots would probably be better, just to save your ankles. So we finally made it to the official overlook, and it is incredible. Wow, you can see those yellow trees over there in the distance. See if I can, that's what we thought the overlook was. See the river down there, my crazy husband making his way down. I am going to turn you off for this. We are definitely nearing the end here. I see some bridges coming up that we've already crossed. We came across this stone, what looks like to be a retaining wall. So above it must have been a road or probably a railroad at one point. Kind of starts up there, goes all the way down. Continues. And I'm pretty sure that there were railroads back here, several different ones at one time. You can see this little bit of it left here, because when we came out from that quarry and we were walking, the trail at that point was an elevated trail, which was probably an old railroad. Most railroads are elevated, and that's what that was. So it was probably the railroad that they used to get the rock out from the quarry. But here is one of the bridges that we came across. I think this is the first or second bridge we came across. There's the cliffs. So we are finished with this trail. It was a 4.9 mile trail. Now filming did go a little bit slower. Not a ton slower, but getting lost at that one spot with the trail not being marked probably cost us about 10 minutes. I'd say this probably took us two full hours. Not exactly sure what time it is right now, but I'm going to say it was about 2 full hours. We didn't bring any water and we're fine, but it is middle of October, so it's not really hot. We did bring some food. Lots of great scenery, history back here. So I would give a thumbs up to Neversink, and there are definitely lots of trails back here. So thanks for watching. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And we'll catch you in the next one. So one last shot. There is the trestle. We missed that on the way in. So I'm guessing at one point there was a train track that went across here, and there is another bit of stacked stone wall up there. Not easy to see. It's very dark up here. It's kind of opposite where I just videoed that retaining wall. So I'm going to get a picture of that to insert in the video and zoom in a little bit more. Definitely some neat finds back here.